Today we're making hamburger steak with onion and mushroom gravy. So let's get started. So for our hamburger steaks, we're going to need a couple of pounds of ground beef, a couple of onions, a large package of mushrooms, a container of beef broth, your favorite Cajun seasoning, some oil, 3 packages of brown gravy mix, and a package of onion soup mix. So let's get started. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to take our onion soup mix and we are going to add it to a bowl. And we are going to add just a small bit of our beef broth so that it can rehydrate. And then we're going to just set this to the side. Alright, so now we are going to slice up our onions. And if you like, you can use a red onion in place of the yellow. You know, pretty much the onion is your choice. I tend to use either, depending on what I'm cooking, I'll either use the red or the yellow, or the white even. So the yellows tend to be a little bit sweeter. All right. So I'm just going to slice these out. Those to the side in the bowl. Alright, so we've got this all ready. So let me get cleaned up a little bit here and we're going to move on. So be right back. So in a large bowl we're going to add our ground beef. And as always, when we are working with raw vegetables, I'm sorry, not raw vegetables, raw meat, we need to make sure our hands are clean. And we're going to add in roughly 1 to 2 tablespoons of Cajun seasoning, and then we are going to add in our onion soup mix that has been rehydrated. And then we're going to mix this really well. We want to make sure the seasoning and the onion soup mix is fully incorporated into the ground meat. That's pretty good right there. So then we are going to make some hamburger patties. You're gonna end up with probably about between 5 to 6 hamburger patties, depending on how big your patties are. And you can make them smaller or you can make them larger. It's all your personal preference. So I am going to end up with about 5 to 6 patties. Take a little bit off of this one. He's a little big. All right, so we've got our patties made, and we will move over and start getting this cooked up. So be right back. All right, so we've got a large, deep pot heating over medium-high, and we are going to take our hamburger patties and set these in. And we're going to probably have to do this in a couple of batches. And we've added a little bit of oil to the bottom. So we're going to cook these for about 2 to 3 minutes per side to get a nice crust on them. And then once that's done, we'll remove them and we'll start up, cook up our mushrooms and onions. So let me get all this done and we'll be right back. All right, so our last batch of burger patties are done. So we're going to go ahead and pull those out. And we're going to set these to the side. And now we are going to add in our onions. And cook those down. And we're going to cook these down for about 5 minutes. Nice and translucent. And we're going to turn our heat down just a bit. So once these get cooked down, we're going to add our mushrooms and we'll be right back. As you can see, our onions have been going about 5 minutes and they pulled up all the good flavor that was seared into the bottom. So now we're going to add our large container of mushrooms and cook those down for about 5 minutes. And also while this is going, we are going to take our remaining beef broth, our container of beef broth, and we are going to whisk in our packages of brown gravy mix, because once that's done, once these are done, we're going to add everything together and let it cook some more. So we'll be back in a little bit. So our onions and mushrooms have been cooking for another 5 minutes. So now we are going to add in our remaining beef broth and brown gravy mix. Going to give that a stir. Then we're going to add our burger patties back in. And we're going to turn this down to a medium low, and we are going to cover it and let this cook for 1 hour. So we'll be back in a little bit. All right, so this has been going an hour, so let's take a look. All right, everything looks perfect. So we are ready to serve up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let this cook an additional 10 minutes uncovered so the gravy can thicken. So if you don't like a thicker gravy, you can go ahead and start serving up right now. But like I said, to thicken it up just a bit, we're going to cook it an additional 10 minutes uncovered, and then we'll be right back. So we're plated up and ready to go. Hope you enjoyed the video. So remember, like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, enjoy.